Awareness is super important and is like key to a life that makes you feel like you're in control. So if you want to make sure that you feel in control, and if you want to re-empower yourself to just like get into life again, taking those steps and feel really good with all the baby steps that you take, then this is the video for you. Hey guys, this is The Real Meeshams here. This is my second ever YouTube video. I'm gonna say I'm super excited. I feel so like everyone else saying that. In these first 90 videos, I'm a total tube noob. Is that like a hashtag yet? Tube noob. I have these gaming headphones. That is how I'm able to control the sound. But the only problem with these headphones is that they pick up on all of the sounds in my mouth. So most of my first few videos are going to be strictly ASMR, and I personally hate ASMR. I'm currently using iMovie and also this Samsung app called YouCut. So my video editing in the first 10 videos, or maybe more, are going to be rudimentary and hopefully hilariously bad. Like, I'm hoping my editing is so bad it's funny. That's what I'm gonna play on. I don't know. So I studied to be a health coach with Integrative Institute of Nutrition. So this channel is going to kind of fulfill one of my dreams, which is to be a coach and to help people sort out their lives. But I'd much rather offer it for free and then get paid in other ways, like all the other YouTubers are doing right now. I have decided to coach myself, show you guys what I do to get to this like nice happy place in my life. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at the 5 categories of life. We're going to be reflecting on how we feel, whether or not these categories are serving us in our current mindsets and perspectives, and then we're going to be setting some really simple goals, like super simple. So like I said in video 1, we have like this circle of life over here. We have spirituality, we have career, physical activity, nutrition, and relationships. Of course, there are more categories in life, but these are the 5 categories that I like to look at, and these are the categories we're going to be looking at today. Having awareness behind these 5 categories is important because it's like what I said at the beginning of the video. Knowing what goes in and knowing what comes out of what you put in. And so being able to reflect on big categories in your life in a really simple way can really give you a chance to take a breath and to make changes to your life that are actually just small. I am a firm believer that small changes will take you much further than in life than when you make those really big extreme changes where you go on that fad diet where it's like suddenly you are not eating any animal products and it's all plant-based and it's super sudden, like I'm gonna go to the gym 7 days a week for an hour every day, and we set these super unrealistic goals for ourselves. Yeah, they're really admirable goals, and I think the people that are able to do them, that's really, really cool. But when we become super rigid on these massive goals, we tend to forget what we actually need, what we need to nourish our body and to be able to move forward in a way where we're not going to burn out and we're not going to hate on everyone that we love. So that's why I love the 5 categories, and I love taking a really subtle, gentle approach. So let's just jump right into these categories and see if I can sum this video up really nice. Spirituality. Now I feel like this is definitely a niche topic in itself, and I'm going to delve into it because I believe spirituality is really important, and it doesn't have to be as religious or institutionalized or as woo-woo as everybody says. To me, spirituality is connecting with oneself. So the basic question is, how do you treat yourself? So connecting to your spirit, connecting to who you are and what you love and why you believe you're here are like the questions that fuel your fire. Your spirituality allows you to choose a perspective of the world that will fuel you forward. What I want you to do, if you have a pen and paper, reflect on how nice you are to yourself. Are you really hard on yourself? Are you really mean to yourself? What are you hard on yourself about? Don't really get too deep into it. Just have a basic reflection. And now I want you to rate spirituality and how you feel you're doing based on your standards in your spiritual sector. So obviously 1 is being like total poo, you feel like you're an absolute beep to yourself, and 10 is gonna be like, I'm doing so well, I'm super happy with this goal. Now, based on your answer, maybe just choose a really small goal about what you could possibly do to improve your spirituality. So I'm going to give you guys some suggestions. Getting closer to your spiritual self could be like classical things like writing in a journal, affirmations of what you want to believe. It could be complimenting yourself in your mind. It could be taking stock of what you're actually thinking. Every time you notice a negative thought, stop yourself, take a deep breath, and then say something nice. Those are all tiny little goals that you can do. I feel like this is an open-ended goal that you know will benefit yourself, or you're just willing to find out what this idea might do and where it will take you. Write down that goal. And now we're going to go to career. We're going to do the exact same thing. How do you feel in your career? Do you do a job that you love, or do you love your job even though it's not the one that you want to do, or do you generally just hate your job? Rate your career and how you're feeling from 1 to 10 again, and then write down a goal. How can you get yourself a tiny bit closer to what you actually want? And so write that one down. We're going to keep all of the goals for the end, but keep them super simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Physical activity, number 3. Again, we're going to do the exact same thing. I want you guys to think about how much physical activity you get and whether or not you're happy with how much physical activity you're getting. We're all completely different. So some people really need to exert a lot of exert themselves a lot to feel like they're getting out all of their emotions. You know, it helps them. It's a coping mechanism, or you just want to feel fit and strong in your body. How do you feel about your physical activity? Do you think you can move forward and try something new? Do you think you can improve? Or are you feeling pretty good and you just want a goal that's going to maintain and maybe shake things up? So again, rate yourself in your physical activity realm from 1 to 10, and then write a really easily attainable goal. Nutrition. Okay, so nutrition is a little bit more complicated, and I just want to put out there that I am not a dietitian and I am not a nutritionist. What I was taught at Integrative Institute of Nutrition is that we all have what is called bio-individuality. So yes, there are common denominators among the entire human race about what we need in our diet. So I just needed to stop myself there because I couldn't edit this to make any sense. Bio-individuality is basically asking each individual to take stock and notice of what they're eating and how it affects them as an individual. Which is pretty important, right? We all come from different places in the world, we all have different lineages and different requirements, different allergies. So when you're eating certain things, are you noticing you feel sluggish or really energized? So gently putting aside what you see on the media, on the news, even if it's by nutritionists and dietitians, because we do know that there are so many big contradictory diets out there. This question is asking you to take responsibility for yourself and know, I'm eating too much sugar because I feel really fatigued and I feel it. I'm not drinking enough water. I feel like maybe I should take a little time off gluten to see what the effects are. So it's asking you to test and reflect. So rate yourself from 1 to 10. How are you feeling with what you're eating? And write down a goal, baby. And keep it really simple, please. What's gonna serve you, bro? What serves you? What serves you? Final one is relationships. Now this one is a super big topic because relationships span from your super close family and partners to people that you meet on the street and wave and smile at. So this is asking how you connect to the world. And again, this is super close to spirituality. They're very much intertwined because how you see the world is how you're going to act in the world. And I feel like relationships is putting your spirituality into practice. So how you connect with others represents how you've been connecting with yourself. So take a basic overview of all the people you kind of know in your life and how you act with strangers, and just reflect and rate yourself from 1 to 10. How do you feel when you deal with others? And now write a simple goal. Do you want to smile at more people on the street? Do you want to set up some boundaries and stop smiling at everyone on the street? Everyone is completely different, so write down your goal and let's get to the next part of the video. Okay, so we've looked at all of the 5 categories, a basic holistic view of your life, and you've got your piece of paper where you've written down all of those really simple goals that are easily attainable. And then all you have to do is just have a little glance over them and choose one that looks the easiest or the most fun to do for you. Give yourself a time limit, something super attainable. Again, baby steps are your best friends. Small changes, big revolution. So maybe not over 2 weeks. And then come back after the 2 weeks or the week and see how you went. That's all there is to it. So keep tuning into my videos. This is video number 2. If you guys want to follow my journey, if you're looking to start a YouTube channel, I know I'm a complete noob, but maybe we could do it together.